Now, for the first part of this video, I'd like to talk about the game's movement. Arguably the most important thing that's in Modern Warfare, as a lot of people to this day still don't know how to perfect the movement in Modern Warfare. So let me show you some basic tips on how to utilize them properly in game. First, I just want to show you what I think is the most important thing about movement in this game, and that is auto tag sprint. Now, I'm sure you know what it is, and I'm sure a lot of you already use it, but for those that don't use it, I will try to convince you as to why you should. And I used to be one of those people. I used to not use auto tag sprint. I tried it for 1 or 2 games and I didn't like it and I didn't use it. But then after a couple months, I saw a bunch of YouTubers use it and I thought, I'll give it another try. Gave it like a day and I loved it. I love it so much and I couldn't go back to not using it, honestly. Because it just makes your movement feel so much smoother and just easier to do, honestly. Makes you a lot faster at the game, easier to reach out, all that good stuff, you know. So if you're someone that doesn't like auto tag sprint or doesn't use it, I would strongly recommend that you just try it for a couple days and I'm sure it will just click. Now, we'll go on to one of Modern Warfare's best movement feature, which is the slide cancel. As I'm sure you see every single YouTuber, every Twitch streamer, every Warzone player always do in Modern Warfare is the slide cancel. And the reason for people slide cancelling is to get you back a tactical sprint. Because if you don't know, when you do a tag sprint, you only get it for around 2 seconds and sprinting. You either have to slide or you have to stop to get a tactical sprint back, which obviously you don't want to stop. So what people do is they do 2 slide cancels, which gets you back your full tag sprint, and you can just keep chaining it like that. So what this does is that it doesn't leave you in an awkward place where you're just doing this normal sprint around corners. Go around, there's a guy there, aim. You don't want to do that. That's how you get killed in Modern Warfare. What a lot of good players do is they'll jump around like that to make it hard for people to shoot and make you faster around the corner. So for the best ways and how many times you should slide cancel is you definitely want to give it a second in the slide animation. Because what a lot of people like to do is do a slide cancel super fast like that. You don't want to do that, as it does give your tag sprint faster technically. It is still a bit slower and harder to do because you don't get that slide boost which you get when you slide. And having that little extra speed that you get from the slide with the slide cancel does help to get you better movement. So definitely stay away from the super fast slide cancels that you see some people doing because it's just not worth it. And you'll do stuff like that where you'll just crouch and you'll just mess up and it'll be slower in the end. So when you're sliding, give it a second as a slide animation and cancel it. Not too long though, you don't want to do that. So now we're going to go on to jumping and bunny hopping. As you can see a lot of people do in this game, they love to bunny hop around corners like that. Now bunny hopping does take a lot of practice to do well, because you need to time your jump perfectly with when you land. What you're going to need to do with a bunny hop is you can't really bunny hop forward well. You don't really get a lot of movement like that. So when you're doing a bunny hop, you want to either turn to the left or right at about 90 degrees like this and just bunny hop like that. And whatever direction you're going in, you want to hold the key that is for that direction. So for example, I'm aiming to the right, my A key goes in the direction I was originally facing, so I'm going to be holding the A key for my bunny hop. And if I were to face the left side, I would hold the D key like that, or hold the right side or the left side of the joystick, obviously. And with bunny hopping, another thing you can do in this game is a reach out. Now, as I'm sure you see a lot of Modern Warfare players do, when they get shot at in a direction, they run up to a wall and then jump back and try to shoot the person. That's called a reach out. Most of the time a reach out is not worth it and you shouldn't do it because you're most likely just going to get yourself killed. But if they miss a couple shots or miss all their shots, you want to go for that reach out and just finish off that kill before they run away after trying to shoot you. The only bad thing about reach out is if they get you super low and they get a lot of hits in you, they are most likely going to know you're going to go for that reach out. So if you jump back at them being full health, you're going to die because they have full health pre-aiming the corner. When you need to jump and adjust your aim to where they are, you're going to lose the fight. It's not worth it. And this especially applies for snipers. If a sniper gets a hit marker on you or even misses, you should not reach out a sniper unless you have a really long range gun, because you're just going to get shot at. Because if a sniper is sitting back in spawn and hard scoping, they're not going to move. They're going to continue to sit in a hard scope, so they're obviously going to expect a reach out from you. So never reach out snipers, only reach out if you have a good amount of health. And that's basically it for the movement section. If you follow all the tips I've provided, you should get pretty good at the movement, just like me. And for this last part of the video, I'm just going to show you some class setups for all the best guns in the game and what attachments you should be using on them.